How you doing, Greg?
Travis, love the background.
Thanks, man. I saw the movie last night at the
Uh,
museum and was blown away by it. So was my friend who came with me.
hmm.
Uh, so let's talk about it. What was the thing that made you say you wanted to tell this story?
It was the people, you know, is the people at the core of this. The fullness of themselves, like the light, just the abundant light, uh, within these men, despite like the environment that they had to survive through, how they found each other, and then yeah, I mean like time travel, of course, through breaking the mummy's code. I mean, this production is wild, and the playfulness and joy of that process juxtaposed with such a dark environment was something that felt so special and alive and distinct.
How was shooting this different from Jockey? One of the things I noticed, and I was going to talk about this later, but one of the things I noticed was that the movie shot really it's really colorful, which is something that I would initially stock shocked me because I'm so used to prison dramas being really dark
Right.
because they want to reflect the ugliness going on inside. But this movie is really bright, and I was like, that was the first thing that initially blew me away about it.
Yeah, I think, one of the things that I was nervous about trying to translate this story for the screen was how do you achieve scale and scope, with cinema in such a confined space?
Mhm.
And one of the big breakthroughs in conversation with our cinematographer Pat Skoll, and I think a lot of the credit of the spirit of these men in this program being rendered through the camera and onto the screen is due to him. He's a brilliant artist. But a big breakthrough we had in conversation was like, oh, this is a film about the landscape of the human face,
Hmm.
and the million stories that a face tells. And we were really conscious and very intentional about, if it's a movie about people too, how does each individual person sort of come across visually on screen? We had a color profile for each character rather than like one homogenous color that sort of was rendered across the whole cast. And that was very important to us, that texture was alive, that you know that the spirit that was within inside these men that was sort of accurately conveyed and portrayed on screen. And you're like, the warmth of how the movie feels is because that's how the men feel.
Wow, so it's almost like the tone of the movie changes with each shot for each individual man inside.
Yeah.
That's really something. You talked about the faces, and there are a lot of close-ups of the men's faces in this movie, and it's interesting because what a recurring theme in the movie is the vulnerability within these men, and how it's not often that it gets expressed.
Mhm.
That requires, I think, a lot of faith in the filmmaker, faith in the actors to show that and to be able to express that. Uh, how was it just being able to earn that from them, to get that from them, and for them to get it from you?
Yes, that trust is not something I ever took casually. I was aware of the trust that was put in me and the rest of our artistic team with this story. And it's something that we earned with time. This is a project of years, not months. This was eight years in total. And uh and and the beautiful responsibility of being caretakers of a story like this was, the honor of a lifetime. And so we a big thing that Clarence Divine Eye Macklin says often, is what happens, like, if you take a step towards me, I'll take a step towards you, you know. And so we kept doing that with each other until we were truly eye to eye, heart to heart, face to face. And that's when the magic really was able to start happening.
How deeply involved was RTA from the beginning to the end of the production?
I mean, they're truly a partner in this work. You know, everything from sort of allowing us access to become volunteer teachers ourselves. Clint Bentley and I, my creative partner, you know, they worked very hard for us to be able to come into the program and do do this work and participate in this work so that we could learn and hopefully help channel what these rooms felt like and onto the screen, to the actual casting of the movie and helping harness this immense talented group of alumni, um,
Oh, you're frozen.
along with many of the people who come through it both as participant and oh 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 yeah, just is that my back,
Yeah, I think so. You're a little
Travis?
out of sync now.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Am I, how about now? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
I think you're good now.
unstable. Oh, we're good now? Okay. Where did I lose you?
Yeah, you're out of sync, but otherwise I
Oh
think I
no.
can hear you fine, and it seems like you can hear me.
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
All right, cool, cool, cool.
Travis, do you want us to have him log off and come back on?
Sure, go ahead. I think that'll be fine.
One sec.
Sure, no problem.
How's this?
Perfect.
All right. We're back. Where did I lose you?
Uh, you're in the middle of an answer. I'll just get to my next question because I can't
Okay,
remember what
cool.
the question was.
All right, cool.
Um, all the performances in here are amazing. From everybody. It's funny that as great as Coleman Domingo is, he's not getting the most attention for the movie. It's everyone else. Talk to me
Well,
about the performances you get from Clarence, from everybody. Everybody's obviously authentic playing themselves, but playing yourself is not easy. Talk to me about the performances you're able to get from the cast in this.
yeah, I think what's beautiful about our cast is the alchemy that's happening of someone like Coleman Domingo, who is truly one of our greatest all-time actors,
Mhm.
you know, who's finally hitting this stride that the rest of the world is now paying attention to, that of what was always a diamond in plain sight. And his work in this is just towering. But what's so beautiful about it is, and really this extends through the whole cast, and I think came from his leadership as an actor, is to both command a screen, but to be generous and ensure that people around him can shine. You know, he could have used his weight
Mm.
to overtake this movie,
Mhm.
but he recognized the delicate balance and the beauty that would happen if he opened his hands and really was vulnerable as a performer and encouraged that vulnerability from the people around him. And then yes, Clarence Macklin is a revelation. I felt that when I first met him 8 years ago. You know, the guy's always been a star, uh, and he has a wonderful depth to him, as well as like charisma for days. And then yes, the rest of our ensemble were all like all had their moment in the sun, and when that moment came, like jumped all the way in. And that was just because, you know, both their own gift as artists, but also the space that our team, we all decided to create together, that it was a place that you could bring all of yourself too.
One of the things, another thing that I love about this movie, there's a lot of things I love about this movie, but one other thing is just the community spirit of it. You know, just the not just the pay structure that you guys implemented, which I think is a really novel and really cool idea, but this idea of healing through community, which is what these men are all going through. It reminded me of a movie from a few years ago. I don't know if this has anything to do. If you even saw it, Short Term 12, it's a lot like that too, where you have this.
Wow. Yeah.
You seen it? You know
Oh
it?
yeah. I was
You
actually
know
at
it?
the world premiere of it. Actually, I
Nice.
remember this. I have the short film on DVD.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Destin Daniel Cretton is a, he's such a uh, he's got such a beautiful spirit as an artist, and you and I think surrounded himself with people that shared those values, and that movie is very, very humane and heart forward, and I think it's a story about how we're all just messy and kind of fumbling through the dark until we find each other.
The Sing Sing reminds me a lot of that movie.
Yeah, it's high
So
praise.
yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites, and Sing Sing is a quickly becoming a favorite of mine as well. Um, I wish you the best of luck with this movie, but before we go, what do you want people to take from Sing Sing when they come to see it?
Yeah, I really don't want to be too prescriptive about it because I think the movie is making an emotional argument more than an intellectual one.
Mhm.
And but at its core, I hope people recognize the human potential behind the walls. Uh, that are people doing the work to come home and to lift their communities up when they do. To create space for that on the outside and um, recognize like the full scope of the humanity that's there, and to recognize that these are not prison greens or a number, but a person. And once we do that, and once we really start to look each other in the eyes, I think anything is possible. That's the doorway to infinite possibility.
Well, Greg, thank you very much for taking some time to talk with me. I wish you the best luck with Sing Sing. I can't wait to see it again and show it to some of my friends. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful conversation.
Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.